My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Slay the Spire 2. The Silent. What do we got for a path here? And can we have a good one? Please, I've had a couple runs with real dodgy paths. Although, this is looking pretty good. A lot of early question marks, couple early rests. I can even take another rest in a late elite. Or I could even duck in instead of a rest, take an elite. Probably won't do that, but I could. I probably won't, but I could. Even though it's not going to happen. Very happy also to be able to take the Silver Crucible to 3 question marks early, because I'm likely to be able to pick up either a upgraded colorless card reward, or 2 common cards. Oh, the value, it overwhelms me. I'll take 1 damage this turn in order to get 6 more damage out on the field. Taking on this turn, and 8. Off turn. Yes, these are on just permanent cycle. Took me a while to confirm, I guess. Alright. Explosive Ampule and... oh boy. I don't want to take that Poison Stab, but maybe I should just take that Poison Stab. I have a lot against Poison Stab. Maybe I shouldn't, though. Maybe I shouldn't have as much against Poison Stab as I do. Footwork is good as well. I really like it, but I need to take some damage. I've done... oh! 2 common cards to add to the deck, and they both get upgraded. Hell yeah. Do I just take generalized value, or do I try and specify? Like, if I'm trying to specify, it's you know, Snakebite, Deadly Poison. Now we have a poison deck. All I got to do is shore up our defenses after that. Or it could just be... it's not Poison Stab number 2. I don't think it's Poison Stab number 2. There's an argument for Untouchable, but we don't really have the discard for it, although we will get an Acrobatics until the Acrobatics is less gettable. I have heard about the nerf that it's getting in the beta patch. It is now going to be uncommon. Focusing on the run that we're actually having, though, I want that backflip pretty damn bad. I think it's backflip deadly. Come on, Colorless Worm. Ooh, upgrade a random card in the deck, or... oh, I don't want to give you the HP. Yeah, no. Upgrade a random card, sure. I'll take this upgrade for Neutralize. And then ideally in this fight, we will find the next card that we care to upgrade. So basically after the... oh, 12 health. I'll save that with the Explosive Ampule, absolutely. Well, never mind. Can't get another card to upgrade because they're already upgraded. Give me a single pinpoint in this deck as a great source of damage. I will also upgrade Survivor as a defend card that I play commonly. I wonder which slug I should be setting up more consistently against. It's very much going to depend on the amount of damage that you have available in the deck, but still. 1, 2, 3. Get him. Tactician. Flick Flack. AoE is going to be important. I got an elite. It's the price we pay for the upgraded deck. Poison Stab Strike. Sadly, very undefended turn next turn. Oh, I could have defended so well with that previous hand. This hand, though, would be taking 15 damage to the dome. Right before an elite as well. Ugh. That's harsh. Explosive Ampule and Count Gamble, please. I almost did want it to be an AoE fight just because of the Explosive Ampule and Flick Flack, making it a damn sight easier than it would typically be. We don't need more Deadly Poison on the... kinda, actually. Just played the biggest defend. Great. No Skulking Colony, but there is Saragama. Every time with 3 attacks in a single turn, deal 6 damage to a random enemy, and then there's also another backflip. Probably done taking backflips for a bit here. Backflip, Survivor, and then I guess defend and pinpoint. Just going to be in pinpoint straight up as well. I'll dig because I really need to get to higher damage cards, because I really can't afford this Haunted Ship to hit me on this turn, because it's ridiculous damage. There you go. Explosive Ampule. That, by the way, not the Elite Combat. That's after the Elite Combat. Oh, well, you can interfere and prevent the screen from glowing after that. Interesting. Follow through, weaken in AoE. Yeah, probably don't need to make another source of AoE for the next 4 now. Hey, nice. AoE's pretty relevant here. I'll take the Count Gamble to play that Flick Flat. On down. Great. And that footwork is our footwork. I'll take the opportunity to upgrade it as well, both being a very, or rather it being a very good defensive addition to our deck against the Waterfall Giant, which really wants to see us have good defense. I want to extend your weakness, but more than that, I want to defend. We Count Gamble past that hand. Okay, we have Backflip in this deck. 2 copies, no less. Great. Pretty close to our kill. We're in a new cycle as well, so Weaken is back on the table. Great. That's Weakened, 33, and we had a really low defense hand, frankly, but still managed to make it through. Abrasive, and the card we're clicking is called Accelerant. Ring of the Snake with Ring of the Drake. I am a big fan of Ring of the Drake. Drawing 2 additional cards at the start of your first 3 turns, rather than just your first turn. It's so important. Oh my god. Here's a perfect example of why it's so important for being able to set up your powers as early as you need them, and then just getting to execute upon them for much longer afterwards. I need another poison card in this deck, definitely. Mirage actually isn't that good for us right now. I think Untouchable, just courtesy of carrying the block keyword I care so much about. I honestly don't care about vulnerability to a single target. Give me Exterminate, and then show me the cockroaches immediately. Whenever you play a power, deal 8 damage to all enemies. Hey, I couldn't need AoE less now. I've got 2 powers in the deck that'll trigger that. I don't think there's any card that's a perfect fit here. I'm going to remove the Decay and Strike, especially because we have a little bit more ease navigating that here. Courtesy of having the ability to discard cards, so we might even, yeah, exactly like this. 1, 2, just discard past it. Don't have to deal with that then. Beautiful. Footwork, poison stab, survivor through strike, and then follow through to keep the weaken up, especially because the next turn's the big hit turn. Yeah. Hey, yeah, this turn just wants to do as much poison as it can. And upgraded daily poison is that. Got him. Block pot. 12 block. Huge pickup for us, actually. In Planisphere, when you enter a question mark room, gain 4 health. I want that piercing whale. Is there any reason I want ricochet instead? Not that I can think of. Piercing whale. This should be our path on the other side so that we can immediately spend all of the money that we get from the spoils pickup here. Choose your bracelet. Regular enemy encounters are no longer encountered in question mark rooms. I really want to go to a bunch of question mark rooms. Sadly, I don't have them on my path right now. Interesting. Definitely gonna be remove normality first. I don't apply poison that many times, so outbreak no, but blur maybe? Blur yes. Haze. Applying 4 poison to all enemies. Yeah. Study third turn, gain a strength and dex, strength, and upgrading attacks. I think those things are probably less relevant to us than the average run. So I think I probably want to save my money and overspend in the next. This upgrade wants to be towards a defensive end. Doesn't have to take... Yeah, it doesn't have to be the most defensive option. Another footwork there. Probably going to take that one. What's our skill that exhausts? Do I have a skill that exhausts? I do! Calculated gamble! And piercing well. Burning Sticks, adding that Cal Gamble back to hand is really good, though. I want that. I also want Book of 5 Rings before I take Footwork and remove a card. I want Reflex, but I can't take Reflex because I don't think I have enough discard density in the deck to afford it. I'm going to save the rest of this money. We'll still route like an early shop next floor. Ugh. Seeing Haze but not being able to play it is heartbreaking. Yeah. That turn sucks. Thankfully, I've got the Lost Wisp and 3 powers in this deck to help us with the AoE damage. That's one of the powers. I don't want Piercing Whale to be added back to hand there. I want Count Gamble, because then I can Count Gamble, go through a bunch of cards, possibly even cast a couple of them. Yeah, like here, where Count Gamble casts Flick Flack, and then I get another Count Gamble back in hand, and then I can cast Haze. Just you and me, buddy. Oh, god damn it. All right, just you and all of your friends again. Back down to just you and me. And that'll do it. Permafrost. First time you play an attack each combat. Gain 6 block. Random power. All right. I mean, I'm actually happy to have it, sure. I'll even upgrade it. Especially because we're about to go into a long-term boss combat where it'll really be useful to have. Footwork, backflip. might just use hold, I think, actually, rather than play out that count gamble. I'll let the second piercing whale cycle through the deck here as well, actually. Weaken and turn around, and then can't gamble that hand. Playing 3 cards from Sly. Next turn I need to be facing Rocket and have you weakened as well, so let's just preempt that here because you're going to be using your Rocket. There it is. Triple defend takes most of the sting out of that, but not all of it. Deadly Poison helps us turn back around, setting up a pinpoint whilst doing so. Okay. No, you're not dead yet. I shouldn't have turned back around. Oh, use piercing well. Left is dead after this turn. Right is going to take a buff turn, and then... No, it's going to take this turn, then a buff turn. Okay, so I'm actually a little bit ahead of where I thought I was. That's good. It's very important. Hang on. 14, 13, 12. 14, 12, 26, 13, 39. So you are 15 HP away from dead, which means you are now dead. Adrenaline. This deck desperately just wants additional speed, and it's setting up. Storm of Steel's not bad, but it's Adrenaline here. Blood-Soaked Rose. Add Enthralled to your deck. The problem with the Enthralled in our deck is we are not able to discard it with another effect. Tools of the Trade would do it. Discard it at the top of the turn. 3 Rune Curse and 3 Wishes. No. I do want the Blood-Soaked Rose. The additional energy is really important for us. It's just Enthralled is going to really annoy us on a couple of turns. I'm looking at this path. Doesn't have the early shop that I was hoping for, but it does have a late shop, so I'm not going to leave this floor without getting value out of my money. That was not the card I was trying to play. I was trying to play the Adrenaline. I want to overfill the hand so that then I can count gamble twice through everything, and then just play out the powers. Oh, of course, I didn't even think about that, but of course Adrenaline is a skill with Exhaust, and it's probably going to be the first skill with Exhaust we play each combat, of course. I'm frankly amazed I didn't think about that. Yeah, it's rolled. Thankfully, just having Piercing Whale solves so many problems. God, it's a good card. Third backflip feels a little too much, but with the additional energy and 2 footwork in the deck, I actually don't think it is. Burning 6 Rons, no. Burn Frost for Ornamental Fan, no. Kusarigama for Pen-Nib, yes. I don't really care about the additional 3 damage. 6 damage, rather, sorry. 1, 2, hit him, and strike. Hell of a first turn setup there. Backflip. Adrenaline twice. Pinpoint. Backflip. Deadly Poison. Count gamble the entire hand away. And then weaken and blur. Enthrall turning up early in that hand certainly isn't what I wanted to see. Alas, at least I know I don't have it for a while now. Cunning Potion, 3 shivs into hand, another untouchable backflip and reflex. I think it's a no on these now. Cunning Potion is going to be better for reaching for lethal than Flex Pot for us. Definitely the upgrade. You can't make me draw fewer cards at the start of combat. It's not going to happen. Adrenaline for 2 additional energy, because it typically tends to be the first one I play. Not thrilled about this, but I'll do it. Use an energy pot there so that I can defend additionally, as well as throw out Pinpoint. Right, fair enough. This one's going to be a big gamble turn. I know, my upgrades. I needed them to be more, not no. Burning a lot of this deck, actually. I still got enough cards in this deck to kill you, right? I was gambling that was close enough to kill you without counting it. Should have counted. Joss paper. Every 5 times you exhaust card, draw a card. Love that. Fan of Knives is more AoE, but it's like AoE I don't need. Mango. Raise your max HP by 14. Huge pickup. Warpaint upgrades Haze and Blur. You'll love it when it upgrades cards that are actually going to remain in the deck. I'm going to acro so that I can get that Haze out as well. Actually, Untouchable's more important that turn. Burning Matchsticks is still ready, so I don't want to play that card gamble. I really need to just keep that poison up. Good thing I could blur that turn. Okay. Only 1 damage taken that turn is about as good as that gets. God, I really need this poison to spike up, though. Okay. I got poison in the next end as long as I haven't discard. That's not a discard. The enemy is weakened, so I am just looking for the biggest defense that I can get out there. As in, I don't also additionally have to weaken them. There we go. You're down. Yeah, I mean, that's about as much HP as I should lose in a fight like that. Bag of prep for 2 additional cards on turn 1. And an upgraded prepared. This deck is done, baby. Take it out. Take it out. It's done. It's burning. Oh. Give me some more block on turn 1 for... Oh, Venerable Tea-Set and Lee's Waffle. And then I'll actually hold. Because we've got an actual shop afterwards, and it's got a Snecko Skull that I almost couldn't have afforded if I did otherwise. Bread's not bad as well, but I'm taking the Snecko Skull and a removal of a strike. This one's absolutely rest. I suspect this is going to be by far the harder fight. The reason for that suspicion, or suspicion if you want to say it that way, correctly, is that I'm going to have to start a new stack of poison on each of the doors in between the phases of actually getting to fight the door maker. So my best defense consistently, I think, is going to be trying to blur heavily. Yeah, exterminate. I love when they lose that first phase to poison. Matchstick is being used, so I can count gamble here to get an aggressive hand, which is really important. I actually need to be poisoning you. Yeah. Blur defense to the next hand, so I don't have to worry about defending. Which is lovely, because I probably couldn't do it super well anyway. 33 here. Good thing we had the ability to play that in hand. 1, 2, 3. We're doing well against that form. It's just now that we're back on this door, I have to start the poison all over again. 1, weaken, poison. I'll defend, even though I desperately wanted deadly poison to be involved there. Play Blur to fully defend that turn, holding no block to the additional turn, unfortunately. It's that one. I gave up the ability to actually weaken the enemy that turn. Oops, by playing everything in the wrong order. However, thankfully it doesn't matter. You die there, and I've even got Blur. If I, of course, I'm not going to get Blur again next turn. I have 1 Blur in the deck. From whence would I get it? That said, I do have a guaranteed neutralize and defend in the next hand. Very helpful. Yeah, survivor for... Wait, I got backflip as well? Okay, great. Wow. Surprisingly defensive hand there for us. Can I take you? Not with this hand. But as soon as you're back, buddy, ooh, it's curtains for you. Yeah, that's about as bad as it gets. Drawing into enthralled halfway through a turn and then having to just stop dead to play it. Almost all of the damage I've taken in that fight was specifically due to exactly that turn. Well. Alright, Queenie. Footwork's definitely going down. Noxious Fumes early. Pretty thrilled about that. Can't play the Enthralled, so I can't play Pinpoint. Well, look, at least we have passed the Enthrall for this cycle, so I know that it's not going to be chunking up our double Adrenaline turn. 2, 3. Gotta throw out the poison. There's the Adrenaline. Draws 2 cards, generates another Adrenaline in hand. We weaken the front because aggressive in a way we don't have to deal with. We'll Poison Stab, Adrenaline, new cycle. Tortured Amalgam with the additional weaken is fine. Backflip for the draw. Blur, great. And Piercing Wail? I'll Piercing Wail, count gamble, go for an entirely new hand then. With Enthralled. Through those. And just Deadly Poison on the Queen. Yeah, the more I can stack that poison on you, the significantly better it's going to be. I need it not to actually decrement to, you know, amounts that really matter. Haze, Poison Stab, and you're dead next turn, GG. And that went really well. That's, it's not, I was about to say it's a sub 30 silent run. It's not. It's just not. By 12 seconds at this point, but hell of a run. Snecko Skull just showing up at the very end to make things clutch. I can't believe. I'm so sorry. I didn't actually read out what the Snecko Skull did. I was too excited about it. Whenever we apply poison, it applies an additional poison, which is why that was so much better near the end there. Hell yeah. These feet work. They just do. Ring of the Drake as well. Oh, just being able to set up that quickly, especially with Ring of the Drake, Permafrost, and Lost Wisp. So, like, my opening hand and Calculated Gamble to help me dig if I need to, the Adrenalines to help me pay for them as well as dig if I need to, gives me the ability to play a first cycle where I'm basically only setting up defense for myself and powers, and yet I'm still meeting all of the enemy's requirements. Especially with things like Piercing Whale, which are so much defense for so little energy investment. You can actually get through a silent deck that has a bunch of powers in it and play out all those powers while still contributing to the fight and defending appropriately. And then in the next cycle, well, you're unstoppable, baby. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire 2. Top left is the series playlist for all of our content of the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations are down below. Streaming past are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out of the thank tier, and a special thanks this episode to Jazzy. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully see you all next time.